Arduino has invited me to open source this year, and I'm making it my mission to find as many projects as I can that use Arduino in one way or another. But I can't go empty-handed. I've got to bring one or two projects that I've built myself. My name is Zach, and I'm the Byte-sized engineer. While I was at this event, I ran into somebody who looked like they could use a little help. Let's find out if Arduino can save the day and bring this maker's project back to life. This is my automatic resistor analyzer that I built using an Arduino Uno Q. I can stick a through-hole resistor under the microscope and it will automatically tell me what value it is. But I've got a problem. Open source is attended by tens of thousands of people who will want a hands-on experience with the resistor analyzer, and it's just not ready for prime time in its current state. I think I can do better. So I've spent the last few days designing an enclosure, and I'm going to build it right now. I think this is my first design that has combined laser-cut acrylic with 3D printed parts. And I'm gonna be honest, I think that looks awesome. And because I can't help myself but over-engineer every single project I make, I added some addressable LEDs. The microscope stand slides in from the back. And finally, I snap in the USB-C hub into the back panel. I think this build makes it look and feel like a custom PC case. Let me know your thoughts. It's time to pack all this up and fly out to San Francisco. But before I can do that, let's 3D print a carrying case for my hex tile PCB board game and bring that along too. After a delayed plane that set me back an entire day, I finally made it to open source. I went straight to the DigiKey booth to set up the newly packaged resistor analyzer along with the hex tile board game. This event is bananas. There are so many cool things to see and so many awesome people to meet. Both the Arduino booth and the DigiKey booth were packed the entire time I was there. Arduino had over 5,500 people come through their tent to solder components onto their event badge to make it into an interactive game. It was so cool to see so many people, especially younger kids, getting into soldering. Lots of people were also interested in the resistor analyzer and the hex tile game that I brought. I spent the first little while talking to people about the things that I brought, as well as asking them questions about what kind of things they make. That was the perfect opportunity for me to tell them about something really exciting. Arduino and DigiKey are teaming up to bring you the Dream Lab Challenge, which is open for submissions until the end of September. All you have to do is build something creative using an Arduino Uno Q, document your project on maker.io, and enter the contest using the form found here. When the contest is over, 4 winners will be chosen and each will receive $5,000 worth of Dream Lab equipment. I don't know if the details of what's being given away have been made public, but I've taken a look at the list and let me tell you, I'm kind of jealous that I don't get to enter this contest because I would love to have some of the things that they're giving away. So if you've got an Arduino Uno Q idea that you've been dying to build, now's your chance to win a bunch of amazing stuff. But make sure that you read all of the rules and follow all the steps so that you can win your own Dream Lab. If you don't have that perfect project idea just yet, not to worry. While I was at Open Source, I got to see so many cool projects and meet so many people using Arduino, and I was definitely inspired with a few new project ideas of my own. So this is Matt. Tell us what you build.
Yeah, so I build all kinds of mobile robots that I use around my house. My first robot was a tiny little bucket to follow me around in my backyard.
Have you ever used any Arduino boards?
Literally constantly, yes.
Constantly? Which ones? Do you have a favorite?
Honestly, the first that I can grab off of my pile, yeah, like all good.
So I'm here with Arduino and DigiKey, and they have given me a whole bag of Arduino Uno Qs to give away. This is their new product. Have you seen this before?
No, I have not. No.
So it has an STM microcontroller, but it also has a microprocessor that runs Linux. So you can plug in a monitor, a keyboard, mouse, and then you can develop Python code or like classic C++ Arduino all on one board. So that's for you. You can build.
Oh my gosh!
Put it in a robot. Do something cool with it.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
absolutely.
I can't wait to try this out.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, the contest. So if you scan the QR code, you can enter in a challenge to win like supplies and materials to build a dream lab. So like a soldering iron and like silicon mat and like a whole bunch of cool stuff. Dude. I can't remember all the stuff that's on there, but.
Oh my god. There we go. Dude.
Anyway, yeah, I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we built this as part of a 3-day hackathon for Hack Club, and we have two 20-kilogram servo motors that will rotate the maze on the gimbal, and then we have 5 SG90 servos on the middle side that are going to rotate these walls. We use the 3D printers to print the top maze, but the rest we just use cardboard because we didn't have enough time. We used the PCB and a bunch of jumper wires to connect everything together.
So I am actually here with Arduino, and they have asked me to find people to give Arduino Uno Qs to. And I think this is a really cool project, so I'd like to give you an Uno Q.
Thank you so much.
This is their newest board, so it has a Linux microprocessor on there, so it can run full Linux on there, but it also has a microcontroller, an STM microcontroller.
So it's all around.
So it's all around like a hybrid single board computer.
This really helped me get really better at C++.
And then they also are running a Dream Lab contest. You can like enter to win a full like Dream Lab setup, so you should enter.
That's cool.
Okay, so this is my Polaroid camera. It's an old Polaroid land camera from the 70s, but it doesn't work anymore. So I basically gutted it. So it's connected to my phone through hotspot, and we have a camera module. So every photo that I take, it automatically gets uploaded to Instagram through their API.
Oh, that's cool. So you replaced like the camera sensor with
my own.
With your own. Okay.
Yeah. So any photos that I take of myself or of people at booths, it automatically uploads it to Instagram, and it prints out a black and white printer.
Oh, that is so cool.
Receipt right out the bottom.
It's got the thermal printer on the bottom.
Yeah. So
that is awesome.
Do you want to take a photo? Do you want to take a selfie?
Yes, let's take a selfie.
All right, let's do this. This is going on Instagram.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We gotta hold it for a couple seconds. Okay, I think we are good. Perfect. All right, so it's uploading right now, the LED indicator.
Okay.
Uploading to Instagram, it takes a couple seconds. And then once it's done, it will print out a QR code with our black and white image.
Cool.
And it will take a QR code straight to the Instagram post itself. So if you scan it,
okay, so I need to get ready for this to print out?
Yeah, man, it'll be there. I've just been taking pictures of everybody and everyone in their booths, just absolutely spamming my Instagram account.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, here we go, we're printing.
Oh, it actually has the photo on there and everything.
Boom, there's our picture.
Okay.
And those are our QR codes.
I'm gonna take it, let me scan that, all right.
Yeah. There we go, Open Source 2026. It'll load.
It's loading.
Hey!
There we go, that worked.
We're up.
That's so cool. So Arduino has tasked me with finding people to give these away to. So this is the Arduino Uno Q, and it's their newest board. Have you heard of this?
Yes, I have.
So that's for you to
Are
build
you
something
serious?
cool with.
Dude.
And DigiKey is also doing like a Dream Lab giveaway. So you enter the contest, you can scan the QR code, enter the contest, and like I think you build something with this, and if you win, then they'll like send you a bunch of free stuff.
So you see it resembles the unique display of what a minifigure lightsaber looks like. So if you power it off and on, you can see it powers on using an Arduino Nano and an LED strip. Over here we have a hex light display. So it has an LED strip running through, and then it goes through different patterns over time.
So why did you choose an Arduino for the lightsaber? Because you had a lot of options.
I did have a lot of options. I've always been taught Arduino just from the beginning. Arduino is super easy to learn. So like classes, tutorials, I've been through all that. I got the Arduino Uno kit. In our engineering classes, we use that as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was easy to follow. We had tutorials. And then this was actually my project for our engineering class. It uses an Arduino Uno to control a robotic arm. Yeah.
Very cool. So Arduino has given me the task to give away some of these Arduino Uno Q boards. Are you familiar with this?
I haven't heard
This is their newest board, and what sets it apart is that alongside like a classic STM microcontroller, it also has a microprocessor that runs Linux. So you can plug in a mouse, a keyboard, a monitor, and run full Linux. It's got like a desktop, background and everything, and you can develop really cool stuff with it. So that's for you.
Oh my god!
Build something cool with it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course.
Pleasure
Yep.
to meet you.
Yep. So many of the exhibits that I saw tickled the engineering part of my brain and led me to ask a lot of follow-up questions about how certain technical problems were overcome. But no project brought out the giddy child in me like this next one. Do you use any Arduinos in here? Okay, well, we would love to interview you if you're cool with that.
I'm really proud of it, actually. My name is Carson.
Carson, I'm
to
Zach.
meet
Tell me what you've built.
This is my backyard train set. These are roughly an 8 scale. All of this is my own design, laser cut, welded together, some 3D printed parts. It's been a lot of work, but
it's amazing.
really
It
happy to
looks
be here and share it with people.
so real.
Yeah, thank you.
And so you said you have some electronics inside?
I do have some electronics, yeah.
You mind showing us?
Absolutely. So the way that this works is all of the sound and light function comes out of this little chip right here.
Okay.
This little purple board.
Uh-huh.
And this is in the hobby what's called a DCC decoder. So like if you go and you see like smaller model trains that have sounds and everything in them, that all comes from that.
Okay.
And so this is for a G-scale engine, which runs on like tracks that are about that wide.
Okay.
And it uses an app. And I didn't like the app functionality of it. I really wanted to be able to use RC. So what I did is I put a bunch of code on an Arduino that converts signal from the RC transmitter and turns them into a command packet to
Oh my
tell
gosh.
this DCC decoder to either like mute the sound, right? I can blow the horn. I can turn my bell on.
That is amazing.
I can roll forward and back, and the engine sounds throttle up with the actual movement of the engine.
And you had to code all of that in?
I had to put all of that on an Arduino, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Because normally you have like a great big huge, what's called a base station, and it sends those signals through the rails on smaller scales.
Okay.
But I'm using battery power, so I couldn't send a signal through the rails, so I had to figure out a way to make the Arduino convert that into something that the decoder would understand for light and sound function.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then you got some big motor controllers
Yep,
in
so
here.
this has 2 Siren 50 motor controllers. Each controller is driving 2 350 watt motors. So
Holy
each
smokes.
axle has a 350 watt motor.
And then how many total do you have?
So there's four
motors.
350 watt motors, and there are 3 24 volt 100 amp hour batteries. Basically from here all the way to the back is just one
That
big
is
battery.
awesome. And it's strong enough to...
Oh yeah.
How many people could you carry on this?
We've pulled a train of 20 cars and probably 10 people.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
amazing.
it didn't struggle, so I couldn't tell you for sure what the max like pull rate is, but
Yeah.
it's a lot.
That's so
You can pull
fun.
A lot of people.
Very cool. Now, do I get a ride now?
Yeah, jump on.
Okay, where
for
do I
sure.
sit?
Anywhere you want.
Anywhere? This is an Arduino Uno Q. Yeah.
Oh,
so
is this the new one?
This is the new one.
I
and
just
it's
got so excited.
It's running, it's got a Qualcomm chip on there, so it's running full Linux. You can plug in like a keyboard, mouse, monitor, and like it's got a full operating system.
No way.
But it also has like a classic microcontroller on there, so it makes it
is
really
so
easy
cool.
to develop for both, and they run perfectly together.
Awesome.
So we're hoping maybe you could find a use for it, and if not this project, something.
I will
something.
definitely find a use for it. I
Awesome.
promise you. Yeah.
Before the end of the event, I was walking around one last time and I found a maker named Sharad who had a really disappointed and defeated look on his face. I'm here at Open Sauce and we're walking around to some of the exhibits, and I found one that was really cool that I wanted to share with you. It was a trash can that when you throw the trash, it will actually move the trash can and catch it. But when I asked to see the demo, he said he was troubleshooting some brownout issues with the Arduino.
It's really hot.
It's hot?
Do you feel that? That's definitely above safe temp, right?
Oh, for sure, that's a short. You've got a short there. So I said, well, what if we could get you a new Arduino board to try out? Knowing the folks at Arduino, I had full confidence that they could save the day. So I ran over to their booth and told them the situation. I asked them if they had an extra R4 sitting around to give away, and of course they did. So that's what we're gonna do. We've got him a new Arduino R4, and we're gonna go find him again and see if we can't help him get his project up and running. All right, so we've got Sharad here, and he's got a project that is not working right now, so we're gonna try to help him. We've got an Arduino R4 for you, and this is the Wi-Fi version. Does that matter if it's the Wi-Fi version? So well, let's try to get this connected up and see if that helps you solve your problem.
Yeah, let's unplug power first.
What we don't want to do is, if the short is somewhere else, and then you plug in a new board and it shorts that out.
Yeah, there it is.
Do you have a multimeter? Because I just want to test for a short. So you've got your power source supply unplugged, and then let's just test for a short. Are you able to reach it?
Yeah. What do you want me to do? I've
Okay,
never
so you've
done
got
this
your
sort of
Arduino
testing.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Okay, and now connect, you want to probe 5 volts and ground,
Yeah.
and then the other one to ground.
Oh wait, they're touching each other now.
So I think the white silk screen is the ground, yeah. Let's see.
I don't think it's a short.
But you said you were also looking at some other component that might have failed.
Yeah, my gamepad doesn't connect to the Jetson anymore, so I can't test it.
Okay.
I think it's because there's too many Bluetooth devices nearby.
So we tried testing for a short, and we are not sure if there's a short.
Yeah.
But then you said you were also working with the gamepad, and maybe there's an issue with it being too crowded with the Bluetooth.
Yeah. It was. I'm assuming that's the problem because it was able to pair back at home, but now that I've been debugging, I tried a different board, and now I'm trying to pair it back to the Jetson. It isn't able to connect to it.
Okay. Well, we've got you a new Arduino R4. I'm worried if there is a short in the system, what you don't want to do is to plug in the new board and have it fry the new board. But we want to send you home with that, and when you have a little bit more room and a little bit more controlled environment, give that a test, and hopefully that helps solve your problem.
No. Thank you so much.
Of course, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm a little bit bummed that we couldn't get Sharad's project back up and running. I really would have liked to see it work. But sometimes you gotta know when to try new things and be risky, and when to set the project aside and come back later with a fresh set of eyes. Sharad, if you're watching this, I hope that the new Arduino R4 was helpful in getting your project back up and running once you got home. Full disclosure, OpenSauce was packed. It was honestly a little overwhelming, and the floor was so shoulder to shoulder busy that I know that I didn't get around to see all of the massive, mind-blowing projects. So if you were there and I didn't get to see your booth, drop the project down in the comments so that everybody can check it out. And remember, if you've got an Arduino Uno Q project bouncing around in your head, whether it's a resistor analyzer, an AI tracking system, or something even more wild, don't let it sit on paper. Head on over to the link in the description and check out the Arduino Dream Lab Challenge hosted by Arduino and DigiKey. My name is Zach and I'm the bite-sized engineer. Thank you so much to Arduino for sending me to this event and supporting the maker community. Now go build something cool and I'll see you in the next one.